Hey guys, welcome back to this thing called life. So, what I wanted to start doing with you guys is kind of just sharing some verses in the Bible that I'm concentrating on right now, as well as uh, any stories where I can kind of apply the word to a situation in my life. So, right now, guys, I'm studying the book of Habakkuk. So, first and foremost, I chose Habakkuk to kind of do my study this time because Habakkuk is one of those books that doesn't get talked about a lot, at least in my experience. And it's a very, very powerful book if you really understand the backstory of Habakkuk and you understand what's really going on in Habakkuk. So, to kind of give everyone an idea of, first and foremost, what Bible I am reading out of, it is this one. So, it's a Mom Devo Bible, New International Version. So, if you have that version, then boo. Um, there's an updated version of this same Devo Bible because there are devotionals in it meant for mothers. So, yeah, if you guys can get it, it's like 22 something dollars at Barnes and Noble. I got this book on Thrifty Book for $3.99. That's like my favorite place to get books because I don't like paying full price for anything. Nonetheless, Habakkuk is the dialogue between Habakkuk the prophet and Jesus, right? So what I'm studying right now is Habakkuk 1. And it starts with Habakkuk's complaint to God. Like in Habakkuk 1, 2, it says, "How long, O Lord, must I call for help, but you do not listen?" So I think a lot of times in our life, we're like, Lord, I've been praying and waiting and praying, and I don't hear from you. And it just seems like justice isn't being served in this situation, or I pray and my prayers go up and then they fall back down. It's like they hit a ceiling and they never reach God and they fall down. And Habakkuk is basically lamenting, asking God, like, how much longer do I have to endure watching wicked people prosper while I'm over here, going through the ringer? And you'll see in Habakkuk 1 and 5 that it says, "Look at the nations and watch and be utterly amazed, for I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe, even if you were told." So God is telling Habakkuk, 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 I need you to just wait on me. It kind of makes me think of the verse that says, "They that wait upon the Lord will renew their strength. They shall walk and not be weary. Um, they shall run and not faint. Teach me, Lord, to wait." Habakkuk was in his season of waiting. And in that season of waiting, I think it's important to just keep your eyes forward and keep your eyes on God, because it's so easy to look at other people around us. I know as a believer, sometimes I'm like, Lord, I'm doing what you have asked me to do, but I'm not winning, I'm not gaining. And I see all these other people who aren't doing what the Lord commanded, and it seems like their life is so easy. But a long time ago, a wise person told me, God will bring forth judgment or God will send a ram in a bush. But either way, something will happen, something will break, and something will come through. And I know in my life, I went through a very dark period in my life where it just seemed I was losing. Every which way I turned, I was just losing. And that period of my life lasted almost 2 years. I felt like I lost everything in a span of 2 years, almost everything. But God, right? Amen. It wasn't everything, but it felt like it was almost everything. And here we are, about 4 years later from those incidents that occurred in my life. And it's kind of like God took all of that and he turned it around for my good. And he made a seat in front of my enemies. Now my enemies see me prospering. But it took a lot. It took a lot of waiting. It took a lot of praying. It took a lot of crying. It took a lot. And a lot of people probably don't know I pray a lot. But I'm just one of those. I'm just always been a quiet person. I've always prayed in my prayer closet, I guess, so to speak. I used to keep a prayer journal. I do stuff like that. I'm not a very out there person with my prayer life. It's just I've been like that since I've been a little girl. That's just a part of me. I just feel like it's a very sacred thing, and I know a lot of people disagree with that. And there's nothing wrong. People, I'm apostolic. Like, I go to Pentecostal church. People falling out on the floor and all that stuff. And I always be like, God, wouldn't it be great if I could just do that? It's like, well, you know what? That's not who I am. But I bring forth this lesson to tell you guys that greater days are ahead and greater days are coming. And just like Habakkuk, you got to pray and wait and wait and pray. In fact, something that is said in here was that we must pray with a willingness to wait and wait with a willingness to pray. Waiting and praying go together like two shoes of a pair or a pair of hooves. They work as a team. So hopefully this blesses you. Tomorrow we will be reading Habakkuk 2. And that one really starts with the Lord's answer. And I think we'll stop there. And then the day after we'll do Habakkuk 3, which is Habakkuk's prayer. And that's mainly a prayer of, I call it a prayer of faith, but we'll talk more about it. All right, guys. So if you guys would like to join me on these devotionals, as well as just joining me and my kids and just experiencing daily life with us, please go ahead and like this video, and also subscribe. I'm really going to put forth great effort in bringing you guys good content. I actually am filming right now on my phone. The Lord blessed me. I was able to get an iPhone X, and we will talk about the Lord's provision on that because it was nothing but God. But I will see you guys tomorrow night, guys. Have a good night.